and then there's a hallway, just a path down the middle. So at the end of the end of the gym, or where the stage end, where there's a refrigerator or stuff behind a curtain, the shaman's chair, his chair, all these soft back, big chairs with the shaman and the shamanettes, I call them, just for back of another word. But, so they all got their regalia on. Each have different stuff. They're all wearing white, but then for the ceremony they put on turquoise and beaded things and big headdresses for the shaman and his wife, and then talk about the ceremony. We go in the back and do a sign a waiver, and they explain a little bit about it, and I ask about what's all in this stuff, and then they give us a bowl of stuff to wash our hands and our face to ground us, so there's lemon water or whatever, so it seems really nice. And so you go outside and we do that, and so we're talking to each other, and they got a big fire going at the end. So the other inside is that stage area with all of us. Then there's the big double sliding glass door to a big fire pit, and all the rocks and the mountains and the stars above. So I mean, really, it's beautiful to walk out at night, and the fire pit's going, and the stars are incredible on top of a mountain at night.
Sure.
So it was just a nice setting. Then 4 outhouses, 2 men's and 2 women's outhouses, and then 4 showers, 2 men's and 2 women's showers. Those are kind of all in the back. And then inside there was a chair with a bucket on the end of the building outside. Then there was a bucket up by the altar of the front of the shamans. Then there was a bucket by the door. And there was a bathroom, but they said try not to use the bathroom, because use the outhouses, and the noise will bother everybody in the room. It's just a big open room. And so, so you had a bucket here, your bucket there, like 3 buckets to use, and then they give you your personal bucket, like a personal thing, in case you can't make it. And they have this little dispenser of these doggy bag poop things. You pick up a dog poop thing, just a little disposable bag. That was it. And you put that in your pocket just in case. I was with that like half the night, just clutching that bag. Never did use it because I didn't know, because projectile vomit would probably go across the room. You go, that worked really well. So it was. But that's just the beginning. That's how it's laid out. So it was nice outside, and then we're just talking, getting to know each other a little bit. And they said it's about 7:00. Come back in. We'll start the ceremony and talk about it. And no one's eating now, because you have a light lunch, and then there's nothing, because you want to have the ayahuasca lest you throw up. And so they explained a little bit more about the ceremony, and then we said now it's time to did the cleaning with the body thing, and they said now we're going to do to clean the spirit and to ground us and to clean your passages. And so we line up. The 10 women go to the shaman's wife, and 10 men go to the shaman, and he has a long pipe, kind of looks like this, and only smaller bowl, and he has this pouch of all this ground or Amazonian wild tobacco, and it's all powdery, and they put it in like that, and then they come up to you, and you got to plug this nose and open your mouth, and he goes, and he blows it into your nose, and, and then you plug this one, he goes, open your mouth and hold your breath, and go like that, and he blows it in the other nose. He takes it out, wipes it off with a sandy wipe, and does the next person, like that.
Wow.
It's called rape, and they go, that cleans you with hot rape, and you walk away. It reminds me of like the 70s, we had Coke snuff. It was just
oh yeah, you go
yeah, I know it. I know it.
Just like Coke. Okay. It felt, you could feel the tingle in the back of your throat, and it was just kind of like that. And it did. Oh my God, it cleared. Everybody else's eyes are watering. Mine was too, but it wasn't that much different. It was just tobacco up the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Better, I heard. Sometimes they have rape in a liquid. The thought of drinking liquid cigarette or tobacco, I mean
nicotine.
One little tiny chew made me throw up, much less drinks and shit. And so anyway, we did that. Then we go outside, and now we're clearing. Everybody's kind of doing this and blowing their nose and cleaning up by the fire again. And then say, okay, then they announce, okay, time to come in to line up to get the medicine. And so then we all line up to get the medicine, and then all the lights are all down, and they're playing music in the background, and they got all these Dixie cups of the, it's just in like an empty plastic orange juice bottle, it's this brown shit in here, and they just pour it in all these cups, and I found out later, this gal told me, that's my 5th ceremony. I go, what the fuck's wrong with you? But and I said, well, I don't know how much I got or what I got, but I said I couldn't do anything else. That one shot, and she told me, she goes, oh, the shaman prepares it individually. He assesses you and prepares it for you. So I didn't know that. I thought everybody got half a Dixie cup, maybe did. I don't know what other people had. I just got mine, and you do all these blessings, and they actually blow smoke up your ass, and they have this incense thing in front of your crotch.
Quite literally, huh?
I mean, almost literally. And they go like this with this incense thing behind you, like this, and then they rub this oil on your hands and say go like this, and then they're chanting and stuff like this, and you drink it, and I go, oh, okay, we drink it, and we walk back out, sit around the fire because it takes about probably 40 minutes, and for it to kick, and so everybody says, oh, this is nothing. I don't know what the fuck, we're still waiting, and people are sitting around, and I'm sitting next to Don, of all people to meet. I'm the oldest guy there, but this guy's probably my age, or he looked older, but I think he's not retired yet. But he's a truck driver from Northeast Minneapolis. No shit. And I said, Don.
Big guy.
I said, big guy, 290 pounds, and he's
Do you get to choose who you got to sit?
No, I don't. I would just talk by the fire with him. I said, Don, he said, Minneapolis. Someone said you were from, I said, Wisconsin, but yeah, we're Twin Cities, and he said, I'm North. I said, what the fuck? What are you doing here? He says, my psychiatrist told me 10 years ago I should try ayahuasca because I'm chronically depressed. Nothing works. Lost the first wife. I'm about to lose my second wife unless I do something. So I saw this come up, and I said, I remember Doc said to check out ayahuasca. So I said, what the fuck? I'd check it out. This looks nuttier than shit, but I'm checking it out. And he was the first one. 20 minutes later,
we need to know more about this psychologist.
Yeah, he ran and threw up. He was the first. So maybe he got rid of some. I didn't feel bad at all until, I start feeling better. Now it's getting dark, and I'm feeling a little bit better. And I'm looking at this shrub in front of me, and I got, God, has he got a shawl on? And I thought, like, he was a shaman, but it wasn't. No, it was just an evergreen tree. And then, but the stars are so beautiful. I looked up, and they're like those solar lights we have at night. I don't know, but they're every color in the rainbow. The sky was just filled with like star. Earlier, they were, when I was sitting there, were just beautiful stars everywhere. But now they were every color in the rainbow, blinking and blinking and blinking, and just. It was the most gorgeous sky I've ever seen.
Sure.
Then I see someone move, and I see little boom, boom, blue flashes. Thing. I said, oh, well, something's happening here. But then I said, oh, I don't feel very good. So I didn't go lay down, and then I started rumbling and roaring. Oh God, I go, oh no! But I'd run to the bathroom, and then now they had the outhouses, and then I went shit my head off, and I hadn't eaten anything to really eat either, so I was in there shit, and then come back out and feeling bad, and then they had one puke station outside with a chair and a little table and a thing of water, and that was pretty much where I was going to be parked for a long time. I mean, the other people were sharing the other buckets, but I said, I was my little corner here, the sliding glass door was here. I go, oh, here we go again. And you have the little candles on the floor. You don't want to step on other people's mats, and they're all laying like this. They're going like this, and I got ataxia so bad. I'm kind of walking like Tim Conway, across the room, I don't want to fall on anybody. Then get to the door, sit to the chair, and sit in front of my bucket, and no, and it wouldn't be coming. And they come up and say, oh, drink some water, guys. One of the shamanettes came out, drink some water to help you in and out. So I drank some water and just got we're down there, and I go, oh, and I'm still not trying to. Oh no! Then another shamanette comes up and he goes, "Don't drink so much water." I go, what? He said you don't want to dilute the medicine. I go, what? Will you guys get your fucking act together?
What time of night are we at now?
Huh?
What time are we?
This is probably about 8:30. 8:30 now because it was everything's.
And what time did it start?
It's 7.
Okay.
And it was just the
So
probably the medicine about 8. So it's probably about 9 o'clock. It was getting dark now. It's 9. Probably about 9 o'clock. 9:30 probably when it started seeing stuff, a little bit, and then throwing up by 10 o'clock. It's okay. No, I really had to throw up. So I'm just sitting there, but it still wasn't coming, And I'm looking around. I see the two shamans looking at me, and they're talking at me. I go, oh, now I'm getting paranoid. They're looking at, they're pointing at me, And I close my eyes and go throw up, and then, oh my God, they're over there. And they're over there, looking at me like this, They're like, oh, no, they're over there. And it's like fast motion going on. I go, they're shape shifting on me, And I go, I just want to throw up, and I still couldn't. I'm dry heaving, trying to throw up, and then I heard Kelly's voice.
Where are you now? see that I'm doing alright. He died of falling in love. Wish you were with me tonight.
Get a kick out of this and said, Dad, do what you told me to do. Think about eating a tuna fish pizza with chocolate sauce.
Oh,
And I started going, and I looked. It was so weird to see. I saw the thought over here, and I saw the thought over here. There was no words. That is like, it's hard to describe.
Yeah,
I saw, okay, chocolate tuna fish pizza here, chocolate tuna fish pizza here. But then I'm tempted. I'm feeling, oh no, I got to look up. I said, no, tuna pizza. No, I don't want to look up. And I said, you got to look up. I look up and I see myself eating a bite of tuna fish pizza. And like 3 or 4 times, it's like out of a movie, just you know. And I said, "Oh, Kelly!" And I did, Dad, Sandy. I'm telling all the people that died. I go, and it was just awful, you know, and so much. And then I would go in to lay down. Then now I look like Bart Simpson's dad without his teeth. My mouth is so dry. Yeah, where it's just like my tongue and everything was just. And I'm sipping a little bit of water, but not too much because I don't want to get up and throw up again. And then it's like, oh, I finally, I say, breathe in, breathe slow, and that's a good in stress. I do that. I mean, yes, I know that. So you breathe in through your mouth and hold it, and then breathe out slowly. And so I was doing that a lot, and I had my little bag and get in fetal position, and it's that's just I had this feeling I'm comfortable. Both sides fetal position, laying on my back. Then I would get out to throw up, you know, and I finally laying like this a little bit, and then the fucker comes around with the incense again, this long incense thing, this thick frankincense smell, like in a worst cat church, and every time you walk
like
around with that,
store,
I start
like
walking into a incense shop, and it's like
electric fetus.
Oh, electric fetus, yes, it's like that, and it just it would come around, and I go then I had to go hurl again, and then run to the bathroom, then I'm hurling, and I shit my pants at the same time, and I'm not only wearing white, you know, but thank God I didn't have anything in me, just kind of brown stain, but it was just, but then I had to lay there in it, and because I couldn't get up again, so I'm just laying there.
Did you have an option to just stay outside if you?
No, you can do whatever you wanted to. Yes, but I couldn't stand sitting outside, and I didn't want to talk to anybody, and I didn't want to. Nobody's talking anyway. But I paced around a little bit, but I was so weak, I just had to lay down. But when I lay down, I felt sick, and then so it was just on and off like that. And I used the bathroom inside in one time because I said I'm not going to even make it out. Someone is on the chair, on my chair. So I ran and used the bathroom, and then I said, I need more water. And I had one of those water bottles Mom got me. It's got a little button, you press it, and it flips up like that. I could not figure it out. I need water. And then one of the shamanettes came up, and I said, can you open this for me and fill it? I said, I can't even walk over there. So he did. He went over and filled it, brought it back, and opened it up for me so I could sip on it. And so that was going on, and then, and as far as seeing stuff,
what time do we?
This now it's probably about 2:00 in the morning, and now everybody's starting to you hear less and less. I mean, other people were obviously throwing up too. You could hear them hurling, and and the shamans go to help them, and they put oil on your hands and they speak this. It makes you feel better, and I go, oh no, more fucking cologne, and so they just keep doing that. So now it's about 2:00. It's settled down. People are getting quiet, but what they're doing now the shamans and the shamanettes are all doing music. And it's just and it starts off with this, drumming and but like in Fantasia, in the beginning it's and it gets louder and louder and louder, and it's like they're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. Just the drug is going through there, and they're building the crescendo right with it,
In your estimation, did they drink the tea that night too?
The shaman did. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't think the shamanettes do because they got to take care of so many people.
If someone had, I'm sure, medical. Almost.
But the shaman always does. That's what he does. Yeah. So
they're doing this weekly, every weekend.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, no, they spare it out in between because not every week. Yeah. Wow. So that's about 2 now. Things are settling down, and I hear a few people kind of whimpering, but not a lot of crying or hysterics. And sometimes someone would puke or gag, and then one guy would giggle. Every time someone puked, this guy would giggle, and he apologized the next morning. He goes, I couldn't help myself. He said someone would giggle. He would start to laugh. And so I'm pretty much, and they're supposed to have a second cup and then maybe a third if you wanted one. And
oh, Jesus.
And so I'd forgotten all about that, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, thank God they're not going to ask us to do this fucking again, And so, but I guess they did. But I found out later from guys, they said, I thought there would be a second cup. Well, they did, but so a lot of people were kind of in their own thing and didn't hear. But he goes, I was, and they came up and tapped me. He goes, you want a second cup? And I said, they never asked me. And I said, no, I was probably just a guy dying.
You look like you didn't need a second
die
cup.
in the corner.
Yeah, like,
so then it's
Shamanette's like he's cut off.
Yeah, he's cut off. No, So,
well, it makes you wonder how many people actually stayed true, like 2 weeks prior of like no sugar,
right.
no coffee, no sugar, like really strict diet. That's hardcore.
It is, and so you don't get the effects as much. But I was, someone tells me to do, I followed it by the law.
You followed it,
and so I was like a sponge for this shit, And then they prepare it for you, and then, but then when I missed that second part, the second cup. But then the music is, then it starts to get a little bit lighter, more, so I suppose they're tripping now, so the music goes for that. I mean, it's all choreographed.
I get it.
And they got all their costumes and that stuff. Then all of a sudden, this guy, shaman, has coming in, Mitch, what you hot? I go, and he goes, we're doing the healing service. You have to come up. So he comes to me and urges me to go up to the front. Now there's 20 of us, but all the shaman and the shamanettes are all up in front except for the guy that's bringing me up. And there's 6 chairs in front of the shaman. And there's 5 people sitting in each chair except for the last one is empty, and that's me. And it puts me into it.
What time?
This is probably about 3 in the morning now, 2:33. And so everybody, we're all sitting in the row, and he says, this is the shaman's doing healing on you. I don't know how they picked me, probably because I was so, I don't know about the other guys, but so I'm on the end, and I get to see the shaman come up to each one first, I feel like it's in some bizarre movie game where I'm going to get beheaded at the end or something, I'm sitting there waiting, and I see what they do to him, and they're doing stuff, and they're praying, and and they got all these fans, and I just got my bag like this. They had to take the bag out of my hand, and they set it down, and I took my glasses off, and they grabbed my glasses, and I'm sitting there, because and I can see they're doing it. Then the third guy over, which is the gay couple that was next to me, and he was the one that really wanted to come down here, so I think I found out later, he had the third cup.
Oh.
And so and this is all after that, so he's the third one in that line, and they're doing stuff on him, and he just falls to the floor, and then they catch him, and they're cradling him, and he felt the next morning, he said, I've never felt so loved in my life when they all cradled me. I said, God, you look like you're fucking dying, but he just kind of collapsed, like he looked like he melted. He just went like this, and I'm saying, oh, this is so, I'm paranoid anyway, and then to see it, okay, now it's coming, the next guy next to me, and that was Don. He was just kind of, whatever, you just kind of,
Big Don from Northeast.
Yeah, Northeast, just then it comes to me, then they all come around, they were doing different things, and pretty soon they're all coming, the shaman was right in front of me, then they took that incense thing right in front of my crotch, then he goes behind me, and then he puts more oil in my hands and go like this, and so I had my bag, they took my bag and put more oil on, going like this, and breathe. I'm trying to breathe, but I was puking so hard, I pulled this muscle, and it's hard to breathe deeply through your nose anyway. Through your mouth you go, but through your nose, try it. It's really tough, and then when it hurts, so I'm trying to breathe to relax, and then he drinks the bottle of ayahuasca, and he drinks the bottle of ayahuasca, he comes over and he spits on my chest like this, and I go, then he goes around and he comes right back and he spits on the back of my neck. I go, what? And I'm trying to breathe, and they're all looking at me. Then I said, okay, whatever. And the shamanettes come over. One guy helps me up. I'm having trouble getting up. Then the other guy came over. I couldn't even walk, and they dragged me back to my cot, and I laid down and was out of it again for hours, and it just not out of it, never sleeping, but just
in and out
stuff that I just can't even, like the worst nightmare where you don't even remember what it is. It's just, it's tense and in a fetal position, and then switching from side to side, and the back was horrible. So then I switched over to this side again, and I looked at my two buddies. The one had collapsed; he's just laying out. But his buddy that was closest to me, really nice kid. He's coming to Baldwin in a couple of weeks. We're gonna get together and talk about this. And he's a twin. He's got a twin brother.
Oh, wow.
So we had a bond right away.
Yeah.
Just a neat. And he said, "I smoke 24/7, dude." I said, "So did I." He goes, "But I'm coming here for my buddy." And so he experienced it too. But his buddy did the 3, and he just did 1 like I did. And he thought it was interesting checking it out. But he wasn't there for any other reason except to support his friend. And so, and when I'm getting up again, I'm feeling so bad, and he and to go to the bathroom, throw up one more time. It's pretty much settled down. I think that was the last one. And he just looked at me, and he just grabbed my hand. He just pulled his palm like that. Oh, I felt so grounded. Just someone touched me with compassion.
Well, it almost felt like it was like almost like a horse that there was no comfortability there, so you couldn't relax your mind to experience.
Nothing. But that really felt good. He grounded him. I said, man, I hugged him and I said, thank you. You saved me so much. But then when I went back down to lay down again, and I'm looking, and I'm looking at the wall, that's not coming, so I look over and I'm seeing him out. But then seeing him out, I go, well, what's that? And I say, it's like in between our mats. Like the side, like you couldn't even see it. Like you'd see like a huge python in a window, and all you see is this movement of a snake's body with the python diamonds on it. But it was transparent, like black and white colors, and so I could see all the way around it, and I could see him through it. But it just went between our mats, and I didn't see a head or tail. I just remember looking over at him and saying, "Oh my God, I'm looking through a freaking snake," And then it was gone. It wasn't back. I rolled over again, and then I saw a shower curtain. I was standing in front of a shower curtain, and all these multi-dimensional shapes. They're all the same, but they're all changing and shifting, and it was all in black and white though. And I'm just looking like through a cart. So you can kind of see through a shower curtain. It's light or whatever behind it, and the ripples on it. But through a translucent. But I didn't really see anything on the other side. I just saw these movements, and I closed my eyes, and then it'd be different images, And I closed my eyes and opened it. It would still be there, but when I opened my eyes, I could still see the ceiling tile and the candles burning and images of people, but I could still see when I opened or closed my eyes, I could see that. And then that kind of faded. Then I saw, then I saw Brilliant. This is the only hallucination I think I've ever seen. It was full, a big screen like in front of a theater, a big, like on the stage, like this big screen came down, big black screen, nothing on it, but a split screen. And on one side was a picture just slid down like this. And I'm looking at it, and it was like right in front of me. And it's a bucolic setting of like a light green path like this. It wound through all these green hills and these trees, and there was birds flying, and the sun was shining. And I go, that looks like beautiful. I mean, like that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I want to take that path. And then when I said, I want to take that path, then this other slide came down on the other side, the split screen, and it was a great big forest like in the Wizard of Oz or Mirkwood Forest, and all these gnarly trees, and the rats were crawling over the path, and bright little red eyes in the trees, and dark sky, and just scary, horrifying. And I said,
the yin and yang of your mind.
It's a choice, and I'd gone out there and say, what was the intention from the rest of my life? Where do I go from here? Being retired, and I quit drinking and all this stuff before I go. Do I maintain that, or what? I just want what do I need validated? And I think that was the choice. I looked at this and I said, okay, I choose that one. And I knew I didn't say it, but I knew right in my head that means I'm not going to drink anymore. And so I took that the next morning, and I'm thinking about that, and I got up. We had breakfast. And I started feeling better. We started talking to people.
What, can I ask what time this vision was at the two screens?
That was probably about 4 o'clock, probably.
4
Like the last thing before
right after he spit on.
After he spit on me,
yeah.
I think he gave me some more stuff or whatever, because it was closer to after that. It takes a while to maybe kick in, and then that was just. Then I felt, wow, I got to see a hallucination. I've never had a hallucination. I don't know what one is. But I know when I closed my eyes, it was still there, and I could still see the ceiling and stuff. But I could still see the pictures down there, both of them. But then they just both slid up like that, and it was gone.
and nothing really else. And so,
Is it like a dream, almost like a dream?
but like it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's just like a dream. Only you close your eyes and open your eyes, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's not, and it's not a vague memory. It's like I see it right now. Like, okay, I actually did see this. And the other stuff was all. But this was brilliant color. It was just where everything else is in monotones. And so I finally, I was waiting for the sun to come up. I kept opening my eyes and I said, oh, the sun's finally up. I fucking made it. And so I had an eye mask with me, and then I took it out and I said, okay, maybe I can get some sleep. Yeah, I couldn't turn it off, but I rested. My stomach had felt a little bit better, and I said, now I'm just fucking starving. And my leg, Charlie horses in this leg, and this leg. I tried to give Charlie horses, and I tried to straighten my leg out. Then I got it in my arms, and I go, you know, and I was dehydrated. You know, so I want to go get a banana in the kitchen, you know, and because I know I'm dehydrated. I've been throwing up and shitting, and I couldn't piss. I didn't piss all night. I don't think I pissed until I got